100 years ago, a doctor could work an entire lifetime and never meet a child who was allergic to peanuts. Not rare, not unusual, almost unheard of. Today, a single classroom keeps an emergency injector in a drawer and a list of foods that could kill the children inside it. 3 generations. That is all it took. A blink in the life of a species. And in that blink, the human body turned on the world. It declared war on food, on pollen, on springtime air. And in millions of people, it turned its weapons inward and declared war on itself. No one ordered this war. No gene can be blamed for it. And the cause is not the one you were given. You know the symptoms, even if you've never named them this way. The eyes that stream every spring, the skin that erupts and no cream can calm, the friend who can never eat at a new restaurant without fear, the autoimmune diagnosis that arrived from nowhere, the day your own body decided your own cells were the enemy. Bad genes, they said. Bad luck. Neither is true. Your immune system is not broken. It is not weak. It is a soldier, superbly trained, heavily armed, standing alone in an empty field. And a trained soldier with no enemy left does not lay down his weapon. He goes looking for a war. He finds one in a peanut, in a blade of grass, in the lining of your own gut. Remember the soldier. Everything that follows is the story of how we took his enemy away and left him loaded. Start with the body you were actually issued. For 300,000 years, the human immune system was raised in filth, and the filth was the entire point. Every child who survived spent their first years in the dirt, hands in the mouth, animals underfoot, water straight from the stream, a belly carrying worms, lungs breathing air thick with a wild weather of microbes. It looks like danger. It was school. Every germ was a flashcard. Threat, harmless, you, not you. A child grew up and their immune system graduated, knowing exactly what to strike and exactly what to spare. Then, in a single century, the school burned down. The numbers are merciless. Allergies, asthma, eczema, autoimmune disease, every one of them has erupted across the developed world in just decades. Childhood food allergies alone rose by roughly half in recent years. What our great-grandparents almost never saw now sits in every classroom and every family. And it arrived in 2 or 3 generations, faster than any gene can mutate. The fault was never in your genes. It was in the world. And the world changed almost overnight. The proof is buried in the dust of 2 small farming villages. 2 communities, both in America. Both descend from the same handful of European ancestors. Both keep large families. Both are devout. Both live old, rural lives, sealed off from the modern world. Genetically, they are nearly twins. Their health should be nearly identical. It is not. One of them carries among the lowest rates of asthma and allergy ever recorded in the developed world. The other carries the ordinary, modern, miserable rates the rest of us know. Same blood, same food, same families. One difference. And that one difference decided which children would grow up sick. It's the barn. The Amish farm the way people farmed for centuries, by hand, with horses, children moving in and out of the animal barns all day, breathing dust and dander and a fog of living microbes. The Hutterites went modern. Machines instead of hands. Animals kept clean and distant. That is nearly the only difference between them. And the results stopped the researchers in their tracks. Among Amish children, asthma was 4 times lower, allergic sensitization 6 times lower. And inside their homes, the dust held nearly 7 times more microbial life. The dirt was not making these children sick. The dirt was the medicine.
Then came the part that turns a coincidence into a law. Researchers took ordinary Amish house dust and gave it to mice bred to develop asthma. The dust shut the asthma down. They gave the same mice Hutterite dust. Nothing. The barn held something real, something physical, something you could very nearly pour into a jar. The work ran in the New England Journal of Medicine, one of the clearest windows ever opened onto the human immune system, and the view through it is impossible to unsee. The immune system does not arrive finished. It has to be raised, and only the living, microbial, filthy world we evolved inside can raise it. This has a name, the hygiene hypothesis. It started in 1989 when a researcher noticed something strange and almost funny in the data. Children with more older siblings had fewer allergies. More siblings meant more runny noses, more shared germs, more grubby hands through the house. And those children grew up protected. The messier the childhood, the calmer the immune system for life. The idea later earned a truer name, the old friends hypothesis, because it was never dirt for its own sake. It was the companions inside the dirt, the bacteria and worms that traveled beside us for millions of years. Not invaders, teachers. Remove the teachers, and the immune system never learns the one lesson that matters most: what to leave alone. Picture your great-great-great-grandmother as a small child. She is filthy, and she has never been so well. She wakes on packed earth. She spends her days outside, hands deep in soil, dogs at her heels, animals at her side, drinking from the stream. Each day pours thousands of microbes into her, and each one teaches her body something true. She will live and die without ever holding an inhaler. Now, watch a child born today, and watch how every step is one a loving parent would take. Born by C-section, missing the first great wash of bacteria. Raised indoors, on disinfected floors. Hands sanitized a dozen times a day. The dog kept off the bed. Every scrape drowned in antiseptic. All of it done out of love. And all of it starves the immune system of the only thing it needed. The soldier is sealed inside a spotless, silent room. Armed, ready, and bored out of his mind. So he does what an idle army always does. He invents a war. He fires on pollen, and we call it hay fever. On food, and we call it an allergy. On the body's own cells, and we call it autoimmune disease. And here, the story breaks in two. Because the easy lesson, clean is bad, dirty is good, is a lie. The same scrubbing that left the soldier untrained is, almost certainly, the greatest lifesaver in the history of our species. Clean water, sewers, washed hands, antibiotics. We defeated the thing that was killing our children. And in the silence after the victory, we raised a new affliction in its place. That part was an honest bargain. The next part was not, because an industry looked at a hard-won truth and saw a fortune.
They sold a lie dressed as science that every germ is an enemy. Antibacterial chemicals in your soap, your toothpaste, your children's toys. And plain soap works exactly as well. They did not only sell you soap, they sold you the war your child's body now wages against itself. You are not broken. You were only kept from the world that would have taught your body peace. You can still let the child into the dirt. You can still let the dog up on the bed. Your body has been saying what it lost the whole time. Listen to it.